What's up, guys? Real quick, do you like doing laundry? Yeah, I didn't think so. But do you like smelling laundry? I mean, not dirty laundry, but fresh, clean laundry. I think so, right? This house that we're gonna bring up is not all about that. What's up, peeps? It's Mad V. I'm back doing a little review for you. Hang with you guys for a little while, talk about fragrances. It's been a while and I don't care. Let's look at the house that we're talking about here. So this house gets sort of mixed reviews as to what they're about. Some people are like, oh, this is a clone house. Or, man, this house, man, they're right there, but they're not quite, they don't quite get it. I disagree with both of those previous statements. I think that it is a relevant house, a misunderstood house, and a house that doesn't get much love from the fragrance community, and I think it should. I've heard other reviewers say good things about some of the fragrances here. If you go to the actual fragrance communities and read a lot of the comments that people say and reviews about this house, you get mixed. You get mixed reviews. The house that we're gonna talk about today is the house of English Laundry. See, I told you it had something to do with laundry. First fragrance that I want to talk about in this house has been reviewed before here, but I want you to have my take on it. It's got a hell of a lot of notes. Too many for me to try to rattle off to you without reading it from somewhere. The first one we're going to talk about is Riviera from the house of English Laundry. This is I think, a very, very elegantly done fragrance. Some people say that this fragrance smells or reminds them of Azzaro's Chrome. Kind of. It has a fresh, summery vibe to it that has that sort of, it has some florals in it. It's got beautiful, bright citrusy in the top, which is pretty common for a summer fragrance, being is that you want that fresh, springy sort of airiness in a fragrance for the summer, for the high heat. Even though those top notes are usually pretty volatile and they go away, you know, and you're left with the heart and the base notes. I think it's a beautiful composition. One thing that this house gets that most people don't talk about is the sort of evolution that you get in these fragrances. Right now it starts out pretty bright, you know, it's got a bright opening, you got your citruses, and you even got some cedar wood in the top. The heart is really heavy. It has patchouli, it's got gardenia, it has lavender, it has ylang ylang, it has lily in it, it's got orange in it, it's got geranium in it, nutmeg, coumarin, cassis, and black pepper. That's a pretty substantial heart note in this thing. You get that evolution, it kind of morphs into a really beautiful middle note. In the base you get rosemary, oak moss, gaiac wood, amyris, sandalwood. It dries down really nicely. I would say this about all the fragrances that I've smelled so far from this house. They usually have a really creamy dry down. The dry down is not synthetic to my nose. Some people are like, oh, it smells synthetic, blah, blah, blah. I get a really natural, really high-end quality from this house. From the fragrances that I've smelled so far, I really like it. Man, this is the jam. This is a great one because it's a nice summery, uplifting fragrance and not expensive. If you look out for discount stores, like if you go to a TJ Maxx, a Marshalls, or a Ross, and you try to find this, you're gonna get it for a good price. I mean, I picked this up for $14.99. But if you go online or if you go to any of the retail stores that have this, they're gonna sell it for, you know, $60 plus. So if you want to get your nose on this, I would check out your local discount retailers. So this is an eau de toilette, so it's an EDT. With this one, the performance doesn't really last long, but it's so inexpensive. Again, if you get it discount, it's so inexpensive. You could take it with you. Take it with you. So you get a 100 ml, pretty big bottle. You know, for a good price if you can find it. If you go online, people are hiking up prices because they're dicks. Man, English Laundry's Riviera. Beautiful, beautiful fragrance. So the next fragrance I'm going to talk about from this house is none other than Tahitian Waters. This fragrance is really nice. It's a fruity, floral, gourmandy kind of fragrance. I think it can be worn in the heat, you know, but because it has that little caveat that it's a gourmand. Most people want to stay away. I don't find that to be the case with this. It's a beautiful, beautiful composition, I think. I personally don't see that it smells like anything that I own in my collection. I have a pretty big collection. But I find that this fragrance is pretty unique. Since people assume that this is a clone house, they think that the name Tahitian Waters has some sort of relevance or relation to Creed's Virgin Island waters. Not the case. It doesn't smell anything like Virgin Island water, so let's get that out of the way. But it still smells wonderful. And I'm gonna tell you why people automatically kind of assume that that's gonna be the fragrance DNA of this. Because the top has lime, bergamot, orange, coconut. Coconut and citrus. People are like, oh my gosh, this has to be like Virgin Island waters. It's not at all. It's not like Virgin Island waters. It doesn't smell like it. But it does smell freaking delicious. The middle note, you have jasmine and ylang ylang, so it's got the floral in the middle, so that's why it's a fruity floral. But in the base, it says, notes listed here is like brown sugar and cedarwood. I mean, this is freaking delicious. I guess the term vacation in a bottle's been overused. It does smell like that. It's very uplifting. It smells bright and nice. It smells like, to me, what you would wear in summer weather at the beach. Because it's listed as a gourmand, people might avoid that. I would say just try it out and see. Well, it depends on where you live. I mean, I live in Florida, so you're not gonna get more humid and hot than this area. It's gross. So this is a really good place to test that out for me. I tried it. It didn't smell or become cloying or anything like that. It actually developed really nicely. Again, like I said, very refined at the end. This is a beautiful composition in my opinion. Check it out if you can. I did not pick this up at a retailer. I picked this up honestly from Let Go. This is an EDP concentration, Eau de Parfum. So yeah, it lasts pretty well. The performance is not bad on this. I got like a good 6 hours. So, not bad. The projection on this didn't last too long. It was like 20-30 minutes and it kind of got closer to the skin. It wore well. It left a nice sillage because I got one compliment. Tahitian Waters, beautiful fragrance from the House of English Laundry. Check it out. So the next fragrance that I am reviewing from this house is Signature. And man, this is dope. I like this fragrance a lot. One of my favorites out of the few that I have. This opens up really nicely. A lot of people say this smells like Arrogant by the same house. I don't know because I never smelled Arrogant, so that's very arrogant of them to say. See what I did there. And then it gets compared also to Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Mal, JPG, You Wish. I can't stand Le Mal. I think it's a synthetic mess to my nose. This does not smell like that. Like, in my opinion, it doesn't smell like that. It's not harsh. This comes off really creamy and smooth. It develops really nicely. Again, it's an EDP. A super gentleman smell. It's really good in the spring, really good in the summer. Daytime fragrance. You can wear it in the fall. I don't know about the dead of winter. I don't know if that's gonna work. In the beginning, you get those citruses. You also get lavender and you get cedarwood. In the middle, you get nutmeg and coriander. It's a spicy middle. In the base, you get sandalwood, musk, amber, and vetiver. The performance was really good. In the initial spray, the opening, I got about an hour. And then after that, it gave me 7 hours on my skin. And I think that that's a really good job for a house that's not that expensive. I got a couple of compliments when I wore this, so check this one out. And last but not least, my fourth and final fragrance from this house is none other than Windsor. This is my favorite. So it's got like a fruity, spicy, sort of gourmandy vibe about it. You should wear it at night though.